Radio Hereford FC, the only station with full match commentaries of the Bulls. Every game, every week.
Well, hello and welcome again to We're Going Down the Pub with me, Frank Williams, and the ground guide guru, that is Mr. Simon Wright.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Did you miss us, guys and girls?
Yes, it's been a long time. Yeah. It's been a long time. Okay, it's a league match.
Oh.
It's away.
Yeah, I was quite startled by this. I was meant to think we didn't actually play them anymore, but...
What, league matches away? Well,
league matches away, well, league matches anywhere recently.
Absolutely. Well, it's one of the downsides of cup runs, I'm afraid.
It is. That we end up with sort of awkwardly timed, rearranged games, dates that really aren't ideal, but, you know, they just have to fit in as best they can.
Kettering isn't that far.
It's not. It's 113 miles from Hereford, and it's a relatively easy run. It's just off the A14, so that helps. Yeah. But December the 19th, we've all got better things to do, really. But
yes, but it's a big game. Arguably, it's the big game of the month for me.
Yes,
because they are high fly. They have been high flyers all season.
Yeah.
They are above us in the league by considerable margin at the moment, but we do have games in hand, and their playing record is not as good as ours.
No, it isn't.
But having said that, were they to sneak this one, it would put them in a better pole position. So it's quite an important one.
It's a key game, and where we need to prove our promotion credentials.
Right.
What we can say is the Kettering team may be almost as weary as ours, because they've been playing Saturday, Tuesday, but by then it'd be 4 straight midweek games, and their results are tailing off.
They are a bit, They lost 4, didn't they, the other day?
They won 4-1 against the Neots, but
they've had a couple of draws though, haven't they?
They've had several draws, and they've had 1 or 2
They're good average gates, about 600
600
or so.
in what is a very modest ground that we'll come to. Must be the joys of the clubhouse, but we'll come to that as well.
You'll see,
yeah, indeed. I mean, when you get there, you think, what on earth is Kettering FC doing here? You know, Kettering, one of the better known names in non-league. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a familiar old story, isn't it? It's cash flow problems, bad mistakes, and ultimately leading to administration. Sad tale, really. I mean, Kettering had their ground taken away some years ago, and up to a month ago, it was still there.
Really?
Yeah. They've only started demolishing it last month.
Rockingham Road.
Yes. I mean, it's a decent old place, the big main stand. It's been sat there several years. Supporters have been pleading with the council, save our ground, but the council said, no, we need that. We're selling it to developers. We got the money. So in the meantime, they've just had to get by as best they can, really. They had a seasoned Earthling Borough.
Which of course was the original founding place of Rushden and Diamonds. Earthling Borough Diamonds.
Yes.
Now there's another ground, of course, that's now been raised to the ground.
Exactly.
I mean, that was only about 15 years old.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful stadium.
What a waste, isn't it?
Absolutely.
They also had a season at Corby, which must have been an experience. And they had enough of that, and they tried to get back to their roots, and the best they could manage in 2013 was a ground share at Burton Park Wanderers, who actually own Latimer Park, where they're playing at the moment, and they are a struggling Step 6 side. Give you some idea how much they're struggling. They lost the first game 15-1, so they are a modest side anyway. And it does show this is a tarted up place with temporary furniture, trying to cover up the fact it's still a Step 6 status ground, The accommodation block is very modern next to it, but take out the accommodation block, you're thinking Old Church, you're probably not thinking much better than Highgate even, Kettering play home games there, but their day-to-day business is done elsewhere. Burton Latimer, where they play, 5 miles from Kettering. So if you see their address saying Burton Latimer Kettering, no, it isn't really, it's 5 miles away. It's a small town of 7,000 people. Anyway,
So it is Bromyardish.
it is, or Wellington, if you like. Yeah, that sort of
bit in
distance from
that,
America. Yeah.
All right.
It's not a salubrious area. It's sat behind an industrial estate, and it shares a very poorly surfaced car park with the day nursery next door. You know, you will bounce up and down a bit. Not a great car park, 100 vehicles perhaps. It's almost certainly going to be reserved for personnel, season ticket holders. There's another car park next door, which I'd imagine be rammed. So I assume there's some contingency plans. The industrial estate presumably will be quiet because it's night time, so there could be an opportunity there.
Right.
But you've got to watch out for parking restrictions because they're everywhere. And the local residents have a bit of a bee in the bonnet about parking. And they've actually got a Facebook page called Bad Parking in Burton Latimer. And it's a name and shame job, so you don't want to go there if you can help it. Now on their website, Kettering get very excited about the 500 seats they've installed at Latimer Park. But yeah, I mean they do exist. There are 500 seats, but it's basically just a series of sort of temporary, flimsy-looking golf structures, you know, all down one touchline. The covered ends, that classic bus shelters, short and narrow, you know.
And the rest ground,
just open, yeah.
I have to say, they are with us right at the top of the league and looking for promotion. Yeah. Would they be allowed promotion to the National League with a ground like that? Do you think it's up to the...
That's a very good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, the national step 2 doesn't have a huge requirement. I think it's 2,000 limit, 2,000 minimum limit, and they've got that. They can prove they've got that. But what perhaps is relevant is that they have said that they've identified a site in Kettering.
Right.
So this could be our only chance to go to this particular ground.
Well, I could wait a season if they don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, we don't even want to talk about playoff games, do we? So let's not talk about that, okay? What can we say? They have squeezed 2,000 into the place somehow for a playoff game in years gone by, so no issue around capacity for our game. They're cheap enough, as you'd expect in a golf stand club. £10 adults, £6 if you're over 60. Or age 16 to 18. If you're under 16, it's the token quid. Okay. There's one curiosity about Kettering. They've got Poppy's TV, but it's a paid-for service. Now, if you're a season ticket holder, you can access it free of charge.
Yeah.
But I guess the spin-off for us, if they've got a paid-for service, are they going to admit Hereford Goals video team in? I would suspect probably not.
Oh.
You know, but anyway, that will sort itself out one way or another, won't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the clubhouse is completely run by Kettering FC, which is a bit surprising as their sort of tenants.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard one supporter describe this as the best bar in non-league.
Now,
So
that's one supporter said that.
Yeah.
I would like to know what his provenance is. How many bars in non-league has he been in?
that's a very good question.
Yeah. If he's been to sort of 100 or so, I'd say okay, fair enough. He'd probably go right to it.
It's a fair point.
But if he's only been to I don't know, Wimborne and
Highgate,
Park or Highgate.
Yeah.
Highgate.
Or even Oxford
Shocking.
City.
Or even Oxford City, then you can't really trust the old judgment.
No, I'm absolutely right. Well, this is partly Kettering's fault because I did ask for information on the bar, but they didn't come back to me.
Right.
And when I was there was no opportunity to visit because the ground was shut.
Right.
Peculiarly, the entrance to the bar is next to a sign saying no ball games.
Yes, we've seen that a number of times. Remember Bidford? We went to Bidford last year.
Oh, yes.
No ball games. And there was one of those actually on the ground itself. But yeah.
It's great, isn't it? But other sources mention that they've got proper beer from Elgood Brewery, Bookham, Boot Town Brewery. These are all local
presumably
breweries.
they're local craft breweries, so maybe it doesn't matter how salubrious it is. If the ale's good, that may be the reason why it's the best bar in non-league. As far as one supporter's rating, it's not exactly a TripAdvisor score, is it? One supporter.
Well, sometimes you've got to do the best you can.
It's a bit like getting picked for the Irish national side under Jack Charlton, wasn't it, really? Remember that, if your grandmother had once seen a photograph of the Pope
you're in.
or smelt a pint of Guinness,
Yeah.
you could play for Ireland. Well, mate,
Yeah,
the best bar in non-league.
That's
I'd
good
love to know the credentials of the man who said that. But we will come back and we will discuss at great length in the future just how good it was.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
I mean, given it's a night game, and there isn't another bar within a mile,
right?
We're going to need some refreshment in there, aren't we? But I mean, just throw one name in for the early arrivals. The Old Victoria is a mile away in Bakehouse Lane. Now that's got real ale, that's got comfortable seats, it's got good food, but it is a mile away and it's a night, December, so you may not want to do it. Fair enough.
And it's by road. It's 113 miles.
It is.
And by train.
It was a tough one during the day because obviously the train goes to Kettering, which is 5 miles away. At night, it's hopeless. Even for the London Bulls, it's hopeless for them as well.
Right. Okay.
Reg has come up with some details. Leaves Bradford at 4 o'clock. Goes through Lee Sinton at 4:30. Worcester bypass 4:40. £10 all seats. He described it as a Christmas saver deal to get a big away following. I thought, good on him.
That's good on him for
That's
that.
very reasonable.
Excellent. It is,
Yeah, he's got 15 seats left on coach 1.
Right.
As ever, please book early to give Reg some wriggle room.
It could be another bus, or the minibus might go as well. Or if the at the moment everybody's more concerned about getting their tickets for Fleetwood and
well, that's right.
all that sort
it
of
seems
thing.
a while down the road, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is. It's 10 days. I know. But look at all the important things that are going to go on. In the meantime, well, there it is.
There you go.
That's
Kettering.
Yeah, Kettering. We have some more to come up with. We got Chesham and Merthyr to bring you before I go off to Dublin for my Christmas this year, which I'm really looking forward to. But we will bring those to you in the next week or so. Our Grand Guide series continues. We'll be soon up to number 60. My goodness me.
That's a lot of talking.
It's a lot of bull from a lot of bulls.
Oh dear.
Absolutely.
Well said, that man.
We'll hope to see you at Kettering. Simon's going to be there. I'm going to be there. A lot of other people are going to be there. And it'll be winter warm. I think we're due for some snow tonight, as Simon and I are sitting here.
Yes, that's a happy thought, isn't it?
It is. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye now.
Bye, on.
This is Radio Hereford FC, the home of the Bulls. Match Day Live.